Welcome back to Global Design. My name is John MK, and today I'm going to be exploring more how we can use more advanced tool to do and 2D sketching, and how we can draw more advanced and complex 2D sketches and Solidworks. So without much ado, let's get started. And if it's the first time to come to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing, comment, and like, and help me share my videos to your friends who like to learn how to design this in Solidworks. So let's get started on today's topic. The first thing you have to do is to open a new part file. By coming here and click OK. Come to this option, part option, and open a new part file. Now, if you have not watched my previous video, I would recommend you to watch that video because they have explained how we can do a 2D sketching from scratch and how we can use our basic 2D sketching tools, which are provided under the sketch category command. So now let's get started on this topic. The first thing when you want to draw a sketch in SolidWorks, we just have to create or select a default reference plane on which you shall be doing the sketching. It can be a front plane, a top plane, or a right plane. So just click a front plane and select a sketch icon there. So here we are provided the origin. Let's just make a simple sketch. Let's select the line and make a simple sketch over here by drawing like a triangle. Let's make sure that it is fully defined by giving it some dimension. 50, 85. Yeah, so our sketch now is fully defined. And now we can proceed on using some other advanced features or tools on our sketch. The first tool we are going to be using is offset tools. Let's see how we can offset this sketch that you have just drawn in case you want to offset it when you want to draw a little bit more complex to this sketch. Then another command category bar, there's an option here provided, offset entity. Just click on this offset entities. But before that, first select your sketch and then come and click offset entities. Then you are provided by an option here under the offset entity property. This option helps you give a dimension by how much units you want your sketch to be offsetted. Let's say 5 millimeter. And click select. You can see offset have been offsetted by 5 millimeter. Now you can either offset your sketch to the outside of your sketch or to the inside. Now our sketch now have been offsetted to the outside of our previous sketch. Now if you want to offset your sketch to the inside of your initial sketch, just come here, this option, reverse option provided to you under the offset entity property and select it. Now you can see our offset sketch have been offsetted to the inside of our original sketch. Now you can also want to sketch or to offset your sketch on both directions, to the inside and to the outside of your original sketch. There's an option here provided to you by directional. You can just click on this and you can see your sketch have been offsetted in both directions, to the outside and to the inside of your original sketch. Now you're not going to be using this bi-directional option. Let's just use reverse option and click OK. You can see our sketch have been offsetted already by 5 millimeter, the one we have put in our input there. And also we can notice that our sketch is fully defined. That's because our previous sketch, our original sketch that we have offsetted, it was fully defined before we offsetted this. And now you can proceed and do the sketches or continue the sketching if you want to do a sketching. Now the other tool we are going to be learning today is how we can use our mirror entity tool, or how we can mirror our sketch in SolidWorks. So let's delete this, or let's just maintain it. So if you want to mirror this sketch that you have just drawn and it's offset, another sketch command category bar, you'll be provided with another option here, mirror entities. Now for you to mirror any sketch in SolidWorks, first of all, you have to draw a reference plane or a reference line about which you can mirror your sketch. Let's use a center line, and we can draw it from the origin, or we can just draw it from somewhere a little bit far from the origin. Let's make sure it is vertical by adding a vertical relation. Now, if you want to mirror this sketch that you have just drawn previously, just come here under the sketch command category, and there's this command of sketch property. Select on it. And on the left side, you can see several options have appeared here. Entities to mirror, just select on these entities, this offset sketch and original sketch. It have been fully selected. Now make sure that this copy option here is selected so that we can maintain our previous sketch when we are reflecting or mirroring our sketch. Now, mirror about, as I've said earlier, you have to create this mirror plane, which is a center line for us. So you can see a preview have come here of our previous sketch. We have already mirrored this sketch into a new mirrored or reflected sketch. The same thing, if you put a mirror in front of this sketch, you see the same preview. So just click OK by clicking this green stuff. You see now it has been mirrored, but the problem is that it is not now fully defined. It's underdefined, as you can see down here. So you can just fully define it by adding some dimension, by coming on smart dimension, and add some dimension from the mirroring line or mirror plane with the original sketch, which was fully defined. Let's give it a distance of 10 millimeter. Now you can notice that our mirrored sketch have become fully defined. And basically that's how we can define a sketch in SolidWorks, or that's how we can mirror a sketch in SolidWorks and make sure that it is fully defined. So our next thing that we are going to be learning today is how we can draw several sketches at the same time in SolidWorks, how we can draw a pattern in SolidWorks. So let's delete this sketch that you have just drawn here. Select them and then click delete key on your keyboard. I'm going to be making another sketch here on the same front plane, which we can use it to demonstrate how we can draw several patterns using a command linear sketch pattern provided for us. Let me give it some dimension. Give it some dimension from the origin. This point here, let's say 50. This point, this here, let's say 30. So our sketch is predefined, so you can see here. So how can we draw several sketches like this in SolidWorks at the same time? Now there's an option here under the command category, command bar, linear sketch pattern. If you want to draw several patterns in a linear form, you just have to come and select this sketch and to be selected, then click on linear sketch pattern. Now you can either draw a linear sketch pattern or a circular sketch pattern. Now we are going to be drawing a linear sketch pattern. You can just come here and draw this. This shows the distance by which you are going to be drawing a pattern, let's say 25 millimeter. You see the distance between this pattern, this sketch, and the pattern sketch will be 25 millimeter. You can increase the number of sketch. This will be a linear pattern. Now we don't want it to touch each other. You just can increase the distance to be that 5 millimeter, like that. Click OK. So we have drawn several patterns. That means, but we have not. But they are not fully defined. So how can we make sure they are fully defined? You can assign a distance from between any two of them, and say that 5, and you can see our pattern, or our pattern sketches, they have become fully defined. So that's the first option which we can use to make sure our pattern is fully defined. We can also use another option if you want to make a circular pattern. You can just delete the patterned sketches. And if you want to make a circular pattern, just click your sketch, select it, and come here on this drop-down menu under the linear sketch pattern. And there's an option here, circular sketch pattern. Select on it, and you can see on the left side, there are several properties provided to you which can guide you and can help you do your circular linear pattern, circular pattern. So we are going to draw a circular pattern from the origin. A circle of the pattern will be from the origin, and then we are going to be drawing it 360 degrees. You can change this to a 180. You see, you have changed the angle, so you can navigate and do practice by changing the angle and see what you can get. For me, I'm going to maintain 360. Then you can increase the number of patterns here. You can say you want 8 patterns. Now this shows the distance between the center of the circle by which we are going to pattern this point to one end of our pattern of our previous sketch, this point here. Now, if you want to draw a circular pattern, just select here. You can see our sketch have been drawn and it is fully defined. The reason is because our previous sketch was fully defined as well, and we are drawing a circular pattern from the origin. So that's how basically we can we can use these tools of linear sketch pattern and middle entities and offset entities to draw complex 2D sketch models, 2D sketches in SolidWorks. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you have learned something, and God bless you. Thank you very much for coming to my channel, and consider subscribing, comment below and like my video, and also help me to share the video to those who want to learn SolidWorks. Strike that notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you very much. See you next time.